Have you ever wondered what exactly a DDoS attack is? Imagine your favorite website suddenly vanishing right when you need it most, all because an invisible army just kicked down its digital front door.
Let's get into it.
The digital traffic jam, understanding the basics. All right, so DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service. I know, that sounds super technical, but it's actually a pretty simple concept. Imagine you're running a really popular pizza shop. Suddenly, 1,000 people all cram through the front door at the exact same time. They're not there to buy pizza. They just stand around asking you what time it is, over and over again. Real paying customers can't get in, the phones are ringing off the hook, and your business grinds to a complete halt. That's essentially what a denial of service, or DoS, attack is. You're denying service to legitimate users by overwhelming the system with junk requests. But notice that first D in DDoS, distributed. That means the attack isn't coming from just one annoying guy. It's coming from thousands or even millions of different places all at once. And I'll show you exactly how hackers build these massive digital armies in just a minute, because it is wild. But yeah, if you've ever tried to load a site and it just spins and spins until it crashes, you might be looking at a digital traffic jam. The zombie army, how hackers build botnets. Okay, now you're probably thinking, how on earth does one hacker get 1 million computers to attack a website? Do they have 1 million keyboards? No, they use something called a botnet, which is short for a robot network. Basically, a hacker spreads malware, or malicious software, across the internet. This sneaks onto unsecured computers, smart TVs, and even internet-connected refrigerators. Seriously, you don't want your smart fridge joining a cyber-criminal gang. Once infected, these devices turn into what we call zombies. They operate normally for you, but they're secretly waiting for a command from the hacker. When the hacker says go, millions of these zombie devices all try to connect to one single website simultaneously, and the server just buckles under the pressure. Now, we're going to talk about why hackers even bother doing this and what they get out of it shortly. But it's important to understand that there isn't just one flavor of this attack.
By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to get more valuable content like this.
Choosing the weapon. Types of DDoS attacks. So not all DDoS attacks work the same way. Hackers have a few different tricks up their sleeves. The most common one is a volumetric attack. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's just sheer volume. They send so much raw data to a network that it completely clogs up all the available bandwidth. It's like trying to force a fire hose amount of water through a tiny drinking straw. Then you've got protocol attacks. These are a bit sneakier. They exploit weaknesses in how computers actually talk to each other. They eat up the actual server resources, like its processing power, by starting a handshake with the server but never finishing it. The server stays there waiting, holding the door open, until it just collapses from exhaustion. You might have heard of the ping of death, which is a classic example of this. Finally, there are application layer attacks, like an HTTP flood. These mimic human behavior. They make the server think it's just dealing with regular users clicking buttons and refreshing pages, making them incredibly hard to detect. They target the layer where the website's user interface actually lives. So how do you stop this? Stick around, because the defense strategies are actually pretty brilliant. The defense shield, motives and mitigation. Now you might be wondering, why do people do this? Sometimes it's extortion. Hackers will hold a site hostage and demand cryptocurrency to stop the attack. Other times, it's hacktivism, where a group is trying to make a political statement by taking down a government or corporate site. And sometimes, sadly, it's just a competitor playing dirty or a troll trying to ruin a gaming tournament. But don't worry, the good guys have tools to fight back. Companies use massive networks of their own, known as mitigation services, to absorb the junk traffic. These services act like a giant sponge, filtering out the bad requests from the zombie botnet and only letting the real, paying customers through to the pizza shop. They use advanced algorithms to spot the difference between a real user and a malicious bot in milliseconds. So what does this all mean for you? Well, as an everyday internet user, you don't have to panic. While a DDoS attack might temporarily ruin your Friday night gaming session or stop you from buying concert tickets, it doesn't mean your personal data was stolen. A DDoS attack is about disruption, not a data breach. However, you absolutely want to make sure you keep your own devices updated with strong passwords, so your shiny new smart toaster doesn't accidentally become part of a global botnet. Just a quick note, I'm sharing this info strictly for educational purposes, because understanding the threat is the best way to stay safe online.
If you want to keep learning, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.